everybody, we've got a great show featuring Pulitzer-winning humorist Dave Barry tonight. Thanks for watching Over the Top News. It's September 2nd, and that means we just finished January, February, March, August, which is also known as National Breastfeeding Month, leading to surprisingly big news from Goldman Sachs.
Goldman Sachs stepping up to help working mothers. The investment banking company will now pay for nursing mothers to ship their breast milk home when they're traveling for business. Mothers will be able to send milk home overnight from anywhere in the world via a service called MilkShip.
MilkShip is an amazing program, but imagine if Goldman Sachs started a similar program called Sperm Mail, allowing male employees to send home condoms full of, well, their sperm. The plan would face scrutiny from mail carriers who would now have to carry greater loads and would find themselves in more sticky situations. In sports news, San Antonio Spurs great Manu Ginobili retired from the NBA, finally joining his hair that retired about 15 years ago. And sadly this week, U.S. Senator John McCain died. Americans across the political spectrum shared their condolences.
But for all our differences, for all the times we sparred, I never tried to hide, and I think John came to understand the long-standing admiration that I had for him.
He was motivated by a vision of America carried ever forward, ever upward, on the strength of its principles.
I know John said he hoped he played a small part in that story. John, you did much more than that, my friend.
One American was even rendered speechless. Wow, I think that's the longest Trump has gone without talking ever. Except, of course, when he's gobbling down cheeseburgers. Speaking of Donald Trump, he is all late-night hosts, including myself, seem to be able to talk about.
Donald Trump.
President Trump.
The President of the United States.
Trump.
Donald Trump.
Trump.
Our main story tonight, and I cannot believe I'm saying this, is Donald Trump.
This week, I spoke with Pulitzer-winning humorist Dave Barry about the state of late-night comedy. Late-night comedy, you know, the big guys, Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, Colbert, all these guys. I'm wondering what you think about just the state of late-night.
I think it's terrible, and I'll tell you what. I mean, I think, you know, I should preface this by saying I don't like Donald Trump. I wish he weren't the president. But the reaction to him has been very bad for comedy, in the sense that, you know, you have to constantly establish that you know, what I just said. I don't like him, I don't want him to be president. And that you know, that's the only position you're allowed to take. You're not allowed to take any other position. So that kind of already limits what you can make fun of and what you can't make fun of. And then it slowly has become, not even that slowly, it's fairly quickly become very preachy jokes that are really just kind of insults. I can't remember the name, the woman who spoke at the Michelle Wolf.
Michelle Wolf, yeah, the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
I didn't think she was very funny. I mean, I just didn't think those were funny jokes. I thought they were just, some of them were mildly amusing insults, but they're just insults. They're like roast jokes. And, you know, and then everybody, you know, so basically, I hate Donald Trump. He's an idiot. His hair's orange. He's fat. That's not, to me, funny.
Yeah, I totally agree, and I think I do sketch comedy here at this university.
And it offends me deeply. No, go ahead.
And I tell people I'm doing sketch comedy, and they say, oh, wow, it must be such an easy, great time for you. Donald Trump's the president. He says so many things. And I tell them, no, it's actually way harder.
I know.
Because it's so much harder to be creative about what you're making. Because when it's right there, everyone can think about it. Nothing is creative. I think
Yeah,
That's
creative humor would be defending Donald Trump. That could be funny, but you're not allowed to do it. You're just not allowed to even suggest that you really actually think something he said is true, or you agree with it, and that the people who are freaking out about him every day are maybe wrong sometimes. You can't do that. And your experience is the same as mine. People say, "Boy, this must be great for you. So much material." I go, "No, it's not great." Yeah. First of all, every single thing you can say about Donald Trump gets said 300 times a day by professional joke writers on TV. And second of all, everybody has already heard all these jokes over and over and over again. It's just killing late night comedy, in my view.
And I definitely agree about what you said about just like the preachiness of late night now also. For example, a few weeks ago, or maybe even less than that, maybe it's been a week ago, Trevor Noah opened a segment, looked to the camera, and said, "Barack Obama." And his audience erupted for cheer for 20 seconds.
President Obama.
Now, I liked Obama.
Me too. I voted for Obama. But that's not a joke. That's just like, let's all establish who we are and who they are, and you'll clap for me.
And I think it's a big celebrity thing. I think if I just turned to the camera right now and said Barack Obama, there'd be no cheer. I'll try it right now. Barack Obama. We have no audience here. But
that's what it is.
But if we did,
we're going to do this later in front of a live audience. I assume this is the rehearsal.
This is exactly. That's what it is. No, why don't you give it a try? Why don't you look to your camera, and maybe it might work for you.
Barack Obama.
You can watch the full interview with Dave on the Over the Top News YouTube page. And now for our final story. A few weeks ago, an airline mechanic in Seattle stole an empty passenger plane before dying in a crash landing. We here at Over the Top News have new, exclusive footage of the event. Thank you for watching Over the Top News, and please follow us on all of our social media. We've got another brand new episode coming next week, so until then, please stay tuned.